Let's jump back into the session. So far, does anybody want to recap what's happened just real quick for a point of inspiration?
We went into a town, just kind of normal as usual, and then there was a massive explosion, and a beholder was attacking. So the party went up to it, confronted it, but the emergency response team took care of it pretty quickly. The paladin, whose name I still don't remember, I'm so sorry.
Sir Alaire.
Thank you. He kind of updated us a little bit on the situation of, no, this has not happened before. This is the first time this has happened. No, we don't know what's going on. Do you want to help? And we were like, yes. So then a mysterious elf man named Halion. Did I finally get it right?
Halen.
You're so close.
So
I'm sorry. It's just going to become a meme every time I'm on a stream. I'm going to get every NPC's name wrong until the last second, or I will never get it right. Anyway, Halen. He named by, and after a bit of a poll from the stream chat, Chaz made a name. Anyway, so
made a name.
mystery elf man, he's a rogue. He came up to us and was like, "Yo, I'm a help," and we were like, "Okay." So we went down to the tunnels. We started investigating, thinking, yeah, it's just gonna be one big ass tunnel formed by the beholder. No, it ended up not being one tunnel. It ended up being multiple tunnels that led to several doors and offices of weird operation that we don't really know the origins of, but we do know that it's weird, and possibly the beholder attack was intentional or planned of some kind. So we continue going down the tunnels. Then after Orion is like, I don't trust this man. Pronunciation
Who is this man?
I'm bad at Orispera?
Who is this man? Orispera.
Orispera. Okay. So Orispera decided, okay, cool. Cast Zone of Truth. Interrogated the NPC. Didn't really learn a ton about him because he avoided a lot of the questions. But now everyone's on the same page of, weird vibes. Don't trust like that. So continue going down the tunnel. We reach this massive room with a bunch of torches. Look down a pit where there was a bunch of screaming that we heard from a distance on our way there.
It was gibbering.
Gibbering, sorry. We heard a bunch of gibbering on the way. So look down. There's an aberration down there that's massive, has a lot of mouths, and is some sort of blob, I think you said? I don't remember the words that you used. But basically, it's a horrifying aberration, and we kind of collectively decided we're not going to deal with that right now, and we're going to keep going and hope for the best.
Now,
and that's what's missed on Arcane Adventurers.
No, we don't have time to unpack all of that.
Now, we don't have time to unpack all of that.
We just made time to unpack all of that.
I meant about the thing in the pit, but...
Oh, right.
Yeah, we don't have time to unpack all of that.
Specifically
that.
Specifically that. And that's
just,
nope.
It's a whole lot of nope right there.
Well done. All right, and mark your character sheet with a point of inspiration.
Hell
well
yeah.
done. All right. So as you continue going, we left the adventurers going down the wider looking tunnel out of this room that was lit with torches that had the gibbering mouther in the pit. As you go through this tunnel space, you'll notice that this is a wider, it's a slightly wider tunnel, but it too looks very dug out. And then, after another length of time, you get back to the smoother, rounder looking tunnels. And it extends off to your right and off to your left. Which way do you go?
Good adventurers go left. No, I want to look down both, see if
Yeah, if there's anything there.
Yeah.
Okay. Off to the right, it looks pretty open. I mean, no. Off to the left, it looks open. Off to the right, like a couple of you start walking down that way, and then you see a bunch of rubble that's like collapsed within the tunnel. So like this was blocked off somehow, some way, for some purpose.
Something tells me that someone doesn't want us, or something doesn't want us to go that way.
Yeah, I get that feeling too, and that just makes me want to go down it even more.
Now, I would agree with you. However, is there a way for us to take care of this obstacle in the way to clear out the rock?
Oh, surely one of you's got some magic that'll fix a cave in, right?
I mean, would mending necessarily work?
I have
mend this rock.
I have smite and smite and smite. Sorry,
Respect.
I used a spell slot earlier. I have smite and smite.
Could I use a first level spell slot to command the boulders to return towards the cave?
Can I compel dual boulders to fighting me and move out of the way?
Yeah, no, as you stare at the rocks and the boulders, you all kind of get the sense like, yeah, I don't think we can do anything.
If only we had earthbenders.
Snap.
If only we had someone who knew, I don't know, like shape earth
or mold earth, yeah.
Yeah, something like that.
If only.
Alternatively, and
for the time being, then I think we should explore the left-hand side. Then the clearing.
All right. Don't think we get
Agreed.
a choice.
Beckham chalks this branch on the little diagram he's made on the wall with a soft dead end, so that's a line and then like a curved line.
Okay. Perfect.
Love this elaborate system.
I know.
It's
I'm
great.
actually kind of making this up on the spot, but I kind of like it.
Yeah.
I like it too.
Yeah. It
That's
works.
great.
It's good.
Heck, take a point of inspiration for creativity.
Hey.
Yes.
Thank
I feel
you.
generous. So, as you turn around, you pass the the dugout tunnel, and you continue down this smooth, round, 15-foot-ish circular tunnel. And up ahead, your eyes start to pick up hints of light, just orange torchlight down the tunnel. It's still pretty far ahead, maybe, and it's pretty faint. I mean, with all of you having dark vision, you still see the like black and white outline of the tunnel, and it appears to get wider as you get closer and closer, and there's more color as you see the torches up ahead. It's probably about 50 yards.
I mean,
Okay.
250 feet-ish. No, 150 feet. Yeah. Ahead of you.
keep going.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay.
so you keep going.
And I'll finish turn around and go the other way down the massive tunnel that I did. I'm going to be honest. Sorry. No, I can't say that.
Even though you don't have
voice.
to be anymore.
I can't say this in Orion's voice because this isn't something Orion would say, nor is this something he would think. Aiden, I'm gonna be real. I kind of forgot about the big tunnel for a good chunk of that. I kind of forgot that it existed, and then suddenly I was like, right, this was one branch off that we went down.
Okay. So as you approach, this room widens, and you see two like really big. Actually, they're really big. Not as what's the word? Like almost cauldrons of like mystical, like magical orange light, and torches up on the walls. And there's two metal statues of, they almost look like wolves, but with one eye in the middle, or in the middle of their like head.
So
there's-
cyclones, monowolves,
Yeah, like mono
uniwolves,
Cy-
cy
cyclo wolves.
Cywolves.
They're metal.
wolf clops.
We're club.
Wolf clops. Wolf clops. I like that. There we go. So you got these wolf clops statues standing right next to the big fire cauldrons, and dead in front of you is a huge circular door.
Is it made of wood?
Yeah, dark wood.
But it's circular, so there's like one hinge on the side, like a hobbit door,
Yeah,
except it's giant.
yeah.
Okay,
Well,
so not hobbit.
That looks awfully beholder sized to me, says Haolin.
Right, I'm just worried here. Whose idea was it to make furniture for the giant floating eyeball? Who's building a door that size on purpose for a giant floating eyeball?
Someone who's is in cahoots with it, I guess.
This whole operation that we have been suspecting kind of just gestures vaguely to the door, just like,
Well,
I think maybe
I just
we're getting closer to some answers.
I think I'm going to feel a lot better when I run this thing through with my blade, eh?
Right.
As you say that,
Oh no. Oh no.
the psych wolves' eyes glow purple. They stir on their haunches and begin to approach you. Everyone roll initiative.
Initiative. Y'all.
Yeah.
There it is. And there
What?
she is.
Wait, how many of them are there?
Just two.
Okay, just two, thank God.
Ugh.
Ooh, 21.
Only two.
Nice.
I need to get a solid surface to roll my dice on.
7.
I rolled a 7, but then plus 1.
Sorry, I'm like managing
13.
so many books right now. Okay, so who had 21 again?
Orion, me.
Okay. And then I have you. Okay. And then who had less than 20? Okay.
I had 13.
Anything higher than 13? Okay.
Wow.
Great initiative rolls, guys.
Okay.
You're just saving the big ones for later. It's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Less or any 12 or yeah. 9 to 12?
9.
Okay. And then okay. Then Newt, what was yours?
I had a 7.
7 and Zaz? Okay. Orion, it's your turn.
Okay. How many of them are there again?
There's 2.
We're not going to talk about the journey across my desk my dice just made. And back down to the floor. Okay, so I want to first. Can I? Oh man, is it an action to put out a divine sense? Is that an action?
I think it is.
Okay, I was just curious.
Yeah. Let me scroll up to Paladin here.
Yeah, I wasn't sure.
Flip through the
But-
Bible.
Divine Sense, as an action, yes.
Okay, cool. So not gonna do that. Instead, I'm just gonna hope beyond hope.
Okay.
I want to go up to one of them and stab it. I want to cast stab.
Okay. Roll to cast stab.
Okay. Secondary. Wait, these are statues, right?
They looked like statues, but they're moving with full articulation.
Okay.
Newt might know what these things are.
Okay. All right. Okay. So I'm still gonna roll to see if I can cast stab, and we'll see. We'll go from there.
Okay. What'd you get?
Does a 10 hit?
No, a 10 does not hit.
Cool. We're starting off great.
Yikes.
Okay. Bonus action. I guess I'll spend a spell slot. I'll only have one divine smite. Compel duel. Let me double check to see if compel duel works on multiples or just one. I think it only works on one.
Okay.
One creature that you can see within range. Okay, so one of them needs to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay. It fails.
Okay, so on a failed save, the creature is drawn to you, compelled by your divine demand for the duration, and is disadvantaged on attack rolls against creatures other than me, and it has to make a wisdom saving throw each time it attempts to move to a space that is more than 30 feet away from me. And
Okay.
if it succeeds on this saving throw, the spell doesn't restrict the target's movement for that turn.
Okay. So, all right, it locks its eye on you. And I'm going to say you're attacking the one on the left,
Okay.
on your right, or yeah, your left.
Mhm.
And it approaches you.
All right, cool.
And it goes to chomp at you with its steely jaws.
Oh, that's fun.
And it pretty sure it misses.
What did he roll?
A 9.
That actually no. You know what? It actually hits. Considering even though I have a shield and a chainmail. Yeah. I think that hits. Yeah.
It's just it's the math.
Yeah,
There's
yeah.
math in there somewhere.
Yeah.
Cool.
That-
All right,
that
so
makes
it goes
sense.
to bite, and you like dodge. Next up, it is Halen's turn, and he's going to come up and attack the one that's on you. And he's gonna roll to attack with a short sword once and twice.
At least he's not
And this-
attacking you.
He misses once and hits the other time.
One second. That's not good
Bless you.
because yeah,
Oh, it's gonna break your duel, isn't it?
yeah, that
If
breaks the
he,
compelled
if he
duel.
takes damage from another creature, it breaks the
If
compelled
a
duel.
creature friendly to you damages the target or casts a harmless spell on it.
Whoops.
I don't want to mess that up.
Whoops.
But he is like, considering his character, he probably doesn't really know that you cast something on him.
Approaching that one, Orion just kicks. No, just nudges him the other way. Like, nope, I got this. Go.
Okay. So yeah, I like it. I'll take it. He'll go and attack the other one for a grand total of 6 damage. So
Oh, yeah. I win. I've won D&D. Congrats, guys. Time to go home.
nice. All right, or Spira, it's your turn.
Sweet. Or Spears had enough of this garbage tonight. So we are not simply bopping anything with quarterstaffs. We're rolling out the big guns here. We're just gonna go ahead and cast Guiding Bolt on the one that is not with Orion. She's done with these shenanigans.
Okay.
So cool. Let's
All right. So you
roll
cast
that.
Guiding Bolt.
Yes. I need to like find a place to roll where it's stable. It's like comfy.
You just like turtled into your hoodie. Just whoop.
I know, I turtled into my hoodie. Does a 15 hit?
A 15? That does not hit.
Let's get over
Okay.
15 at least. Well then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Okay. Yeah, I think that has to be it. Okay, D&D Beyond is doing this thing where it's rolling dice for me, and I don't appreciate that it's doing that. I have in-person dice for that. But yes, that's all I can do.
Okay. So this
Sorry,
other,
guys.
the one that you tried to cast Guiding Bolt on, and the one that Halen is engaged with goes to bite him, and he is going to hit the dude for just a little bit of damage with his metal jowl. And yeah, next up it is Beckham's turn.
All right. I'm going to run up on the one that Halen is on right now, and I'm going to dive in behind him.
Okay.
And keeping my distance, I am standing diagonally with the square between us. So there's reach at play, if that makes sense.
Yep, that makes sense.
And I'm going to attack.
All right, roll.
That is a 19.
That hits. Roll your damage.
I should have pulled up my character sheet before I rolled that.
Roll.
Great. Longsword. 1d10 plus 4. That is 9 slashing damage.
Very nice.
And then second attack.
Okay.
Oh no, that's not gonna hit. No, that's a 14. He's gonna end his turn. That's it. That's it. And my turn.
Nice. Okay. Cool. Zazriel, your go.
Hey, okay. So I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast Spiritual Weapon.
Okay.
So that is a 2nd level spell slot. And so it's gonna pop up in the form of a giant glowing mace, and right where the one that isn't being under the influence of Orion's spell.
Okay.
The second one.
Cool.
And so it says when you cast this spell, make a melee weapon spell, or make a spell melee attack against a creature within 5 feet of the weapon. So is that still part of the bonus action, or is that like now my action that is hitting with it? Because it's a bonus action to cast the spell.
Yeah, but then with it, like it says, make a.
Because
Does it say then make?
Yeah,
an
it's
attack?
so when you cast this spell, you can make a melee spell attack against a creature within 5 feet of the weapon.
Yeah, so that does not cost anything. That triggers when you cast the spell the first time.
Perfect.
So
yeah.
so it's still part of my bonus action.
Yes.
Yeah, it's still when you cast
Sick.
the spell.
Sick. All right. Bet.
Nice.
All right. So. Oh, you failed me. Why? 12.
Yeah, no, that doesn't hit.
Crip. But as a
But you know what? That's like 3. Roll it with advantage because there's 2 people on him already. Like, yeah.
bless your soul.
Thank you,
Ooh,
Chad, for not
19.
hitting anything.
18?
What?
That hits.
19. But yeah.
19, yeah, that hits.
All right. So that is 1d8. Let's go. And
Nice.
then plus my spell modifier ability. Nice and 1 on the roll. So 1 plus 3 is 4 force damage.
Okay.
Now, yeah, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, for fun and for flavor, I like to imagine that every time like someone goes forward to attack, they like start going over to the one arising, and then Ryan is like, nope, deal with the other one.
Okay, so
Yep.
because that was a bonus action, and I mean, from what I recall correctly, Tanner saying is that I could still make a spell attack for like a spell action as long as it's a cantrip.
Yes.
Okay, bet. I'm gonna cast Sacred Flame on this thing, so it has to make me a dex save.
Okay. What's the DC?
14.
Yeah, it saves.
Damn. So this white beam just comes down as the thing just kind of hops out of the way then.
Yeah, it'll like hop a little over to the side and
Crip.
it misses.
To the
So-
left.
Well, I tried. That's my turn.
Nice.
Take it back,
All right.
Mario.
It's your go, my man.
Yay.
So Newt's gonna look around and notice these 2 wolves are mechanical, and he's gonna cross his arms for a second and say, "I can do that too." And he's gonna, with his bonus action, he's gonna reach into his bag and produce a metal cube, hit the button on top, and it slowly transforms into a mechanical tiger, which is a steel guardian.
Yeah.
And with his action, he's gonna pull out his gun, which he has to do. He has to do this motion for. And he's going to point at the one that Orion is not next to. And he is going.
Newt's just seen Orion just like push everyone over to the other one and was like, all right.
And he's going to try to shoot that wolf.
All right, let's do attack.
Does a 17 hit?
Yes, a 17 hits.
Okay,
Okay.
real
Damage.
quick before I roll damage. Chaz, what's behind me? Approximately 15 feet behind me.
Approximately 15 feet behind you is the tunnel.
Because
So
I
at
just got
face.
shot. I just got shot back from the blast. I just got pushed back.
Because dude's
Okay.
tiny.
I just hear a little yelp as I get shot back into the. I'm not
Oh my
going to
gosh.
be-
Oh.
Can we get an F in the chat for Newt?
Oh my god.
All right.
That's going
How much
to
damage
be,
did the gunshot do?
12 damage. 12 damage.
Nice.
Dang.
But he's now prone in the tunnel.
As you shoot this other wolf clops, how do you want to take it out?
The bullet goes right into the eye, and then right off the other side into the wall. And as you hear, and almost in unison with Newt's as he gets thrown back, it's the mechanical roar of the wolf cyclops as it goes down.
I love that.
Well done. Cool. Now we're back up to Orion.
All right. I'm gonna roll the stab again. Let's see if it works this time.
Okay, go for it.
14. That's a miss, isn't it? I'm gonna use my DM inspiration
Do it.
and take advantage. Let's
Do
see.
it.
Don't be a nat one. Don't be a nat one, please.
I want you to.
I'm going to cry if it's a
I want
nat
it to
one.
hit so bad too.
Save God. Yes. Okay. So with that math, it has to hit. Brain working here. 23.
Yep, it hits.
Yeah. Okay. And you know what? I'm gonna use my last spell slot, and I'm gonna divine smite it too.
Nice. Okay, smite it.
So
Get smoked.
I'm pretty sure
That's-
I also.
It
I'm pretty,
hurt.
I'm pretty sure I don't have sneak attack because I don't think anything else is within melee range besides me.
I wonder whose fault that is.
Shush, shush.
Wait, you mean you're not a swashbuckler?
It was to keep you all safe. Shush, shush. Okay, so I'm gay. I can't do math. Give me a second. I need a calculator. Right. 16 points of damage. So that's 8 of those points is
You
radiant
don't
damage.
need. Yeah, you don't need to worry about dividing it.
Okay.
Okay. So you smack this thing. You slash at this thing hard, and it like yelps mechanically yelps a little bit as you smack its jaw, and then it comes back to try to bite you. 17. Does that hit?
I have my shield up, so no.
Okay. So you bat it away with your shield. Then it's Halen's turn. And he takes a dagger off of his belt and throws it at the Steel Defender. For a... Wait, his dex... Brand. I have too many pages of notes, guys. I gotta figure out a better system.
No such thing. No such thing.
I'm waiting for those, like, you know how you see in sci-fi, like they've got floating hologram windows and you can like reach through one and pick one out and then like make it bigger. I want one of those.
Yes.
I actually did that in undergrad. They're working on it. Don't worry. In
Really?
VR, it's coming.
That would be nice.
So freaking pumped for that. Okay. So he hits and rolls. Ooh, that's pretty good. And does a solid 10 damage as the dagger pierces through the steel hide of this thing. So, or Spira, it's up to you.
Cool. We're gonna do it again, but we're gonna try to do it better.
This time with feeling.
One more time with you.
Ooh. 21.
That hits.
It
Nice.
does. So I'm casting that at a 3rd level, which means that I need to roll 66. I only have.
Yeah.
Yay.
I only have
You don't need to
one.
roll that much.
Are you sure?
Like,
Because
Let her have this, Chaz. Let her have
go
this.
like, yeah, you can.
I'm very
go, I mean,
excited.
Roll it. The thing is, yeah.
I almost dropped my only d6. $15. Did I do 6?
I mean, with that, how do you want to take this thing out?
Yay.
So guiding bolt is just that great flash of light that streaks towards the creature, and because it's radiant damage, I always like imagining my targets disintegrating, and just like light. So
Kind of like
But it-
exploding.
I guess since it's mechanical, it kind of like falls apart a little bit first, and then just sort of like a nice little baby explosion. It doesn't hurt
Okay.
anybody.
Perfect. So yeah, you hit it with the bolt, and it crumples, like falls off to the side, and that tiny little explosion happens, and both steel defenders are down.
Oh,
Oh,
can I loot the bodies? Is there anything to loot, actually, should be the question.
Yeah, there's not anything to loot on these guys.
Like,
There's lots
parts
of
like-
stuff to Newt.
I was thinking because like if there are any like metal parts or anything like that that look somewhat valuable, I could like pawn them off later.
Soul gems.
Well, you know what? Like, yeah, roll me a D100.
Hey, that's that one. Where's my D10? Yep, this one's great.
Aura Spear is not the looting type, so she is going to
Orion has been denying himself stealing and just general roguish shenaniganery. This is the one thing that he's allowing himself to do that won't get him in a lot of trouble, nor is technically immoral.
Yeah.
31.
Okay. So you're able to find some like good scrap metal pieces. There's inside, like rummaging around, you find like a small, tiny little gem that's putting off a little bit. Like when you touch it, it feels like hot to the taste or the touch.
Good thing I'm a tiefling.
So yeah, hey, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I'll pocket the gem. I'll add that to my equipment inventory, whatever. And the rest of it, seeing what Newt is like and kind of inferring from what everyone has talked about from Newt himself, Orion is just gonna kind of take a step back and look to Newt and be like, "Have at it."
Newt like laying on the ground in the other room, trying to
Yeah,
come
I'm
back.
I'm
Sorry.
currently
I
getting
totally
up.
forgot.
I'm currently getting up from the tunnel with my
Alright.
gun
Orion's gonna
still in my
go.
hand.
Actually,
Whoops.
I totally forgot about that. Orion's gonna go look around to find Newt, realizes that he's down in the tunnel again, and goes over to like kind of help him out a little bit. Like, oh right, you're very small. Okay.
He's sitting up with one of his goggles on his eye and the other one like up here. He goes, "Did we win?"
Yeah. We
Yes, we did.
there's some scrap metal and parts left over if you want to go through them.
He jumps to his feet and just like as if nothing happens, bolts over to the scrap heap.
Orion very softly and very quietly, when like he thinks no one can hear him, kind of says, "I would die for that creature, and I likely will."
So Newt's just gonna rummage through the scrap metal if there's anything worth salvaging.
Okay. Yeah, there's some scrap metal. And in the second one, you'll find another one of those like yellowy gems that Orion found as well. So, because you know a little bit about them, you know that these are, if I remember my lore right, this is a tiny kyber crystal, which has magical properties and is used to power a lot of mechanical inventions.
I have one of those in my Steel Guardian.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So this thing's pretty valuable.
Indeed, it is.
So after the this fight is kind of over and these things crumble, Beckham's gonna kind of look around, and he's just gonna kind of take this big breath, and he's like, "Whoa, that was a bit disappointing."
Well, you all did great. I think the real danger though lies inside.
And Aura Spear just kind of groans and she's like, "Oh, I forgot about the other tunnel and the big one from before."
Well, and then
And
the beholder room big circular door.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was there any other like I guess texts again? Any other new books or anything like that?
Around here, no. This room is just like
It just had this. I couldn't remember how you described it.
yeah, no. This is just like an entrance hall, basically.
Gotcha. Then never
Yeah.
mind.
Beckham's going to go over to Orion and just kind of glance around, say, so I don't mean to bother you about this, but in case things get a little crazy here in a bit, and who knows what might happen, I gotta ask, what happened to that horn?
I'm gonna roll something for Orion. I'm gonna roll a vibe check for Orion to see how much he has grown to trust Beckham in this journey.
Okay.
Okay. I like it.
Well, I suppose.
I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Please tell me it's a nat 20.
It's automatically Skype blurs it.
Yeah.
Okay, hang on. Let me turn off my blur because I need you all to see this and acknowledge this. So hang on. Where's the settings?
It's probably going to be a nat 1.
You right click your own face.
Yeah, okay.
Oh boy.
Come on. Camera turn on. Please and thank you. Okay. Camera turn off. Unblur background. Great. Okay, now.
I called
that, but
Nat 1.
So, for those of you watching at home who can't see that was a natural 1 on a trust check on Beckham.
Dang. That's so sad.
So, God, he's so bad at vibe checks. Okay.
But like, did you like headbutt someone and it like break off in there or something?
I really don't want to talk about it, but how about this? If we get out here alive, I might share the story over drinks. How about that?
All right. I can work with that.
Definitely thought you were just gonna whip a middle finger out of a pocket.
Look, he's not gonna say it out loud, but he is a little scared of Beckham, so.
Beckham kind of just like politely kind of slaps you on the shoulder as he walks past, kind of like, all right, see you then, kind of thing, and then walks back to the rest of the group.
Kind of nods like, yeah, okay, all right, okay. Seems kind of cool. All right.
Nice. And now as you guys regroup, Halen is moving to open the door, but like kind of gesturing to you like, all right, my friends, if I can call you that, my fellow adventurers,
No.
this is where things can get scary. But I want you to know, I have your backs, and so long as do everything right, we strike quick, we move in, we get out, we'll be fine.
I never doubted you for a second.
So then I would like to really quickly cast protection from evil and good.
Okay.
And I'm going to go, and since Beckham and Orion are standing next to each other, kind of, touch them both on their shoulders and say, since we kind of know what we're coming up against, this should help. And because I've casted that, I get to pick a certain type of creature that they are protected against, and I'm picking aberrations. So Creatures of this type have disadvantage on attack rolls against these targets, and the target can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. And then if the target is already charmed, frightened, or possessed, then they have advantage on any saving throw against the effect, which they're not. But basically now Beckham and Orion both have the creature has disadvantage when it's attacking them.
How long does this last
And
for?
that lasts
Concentration up to
10 minutes. Yes, concentration up to 10 minutes.
Oh, thank you.
Right. I don't really know how all this magic thing works, but I think you're helping, right?
She's
Yeah.
helped. She's
Yeah.
helped.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Thanks.
If you all are ready, let's. And he at this point, like while you guys are talking and you cast the spell, Helen is like fiddling and like picking the lock with it or on the door, and it pops open, and he pushes it very silently. I'm gonna roll a stealth check for him. Yeah, okay. And the door slides open pretty silently. Do you follow his lead and stealth in?
Bugbears
Or
have
Spira wouldn't
natural...
do this.
So
Go ahead.
Yes, I will stealth in. Here's the funny thing about being a paladin rogue with chainmail. I have proficiency in stealth. I also have disadvantage on stealth.
Hmm.
So
Roll for sneak.
here we go.
Roll for sneak.
Yeah.
Roll for
Before that,
sneak.
hold on. I just want to see if it actually works for it, unless it's just. Okay, so I'm gonna look back at Newt and just say, "No, be really cautious." As I kind of put my hand on his shoulder and cast guidance.
Nice.
So you get a 1d4 to that ability check, my dude.
Sweet. I also have to roll for my tiger.
Oh.
Oh, that's right.
Ooh, that's nice.
Oh dear. This isn't looking good. Please
Or
don't be a nat
Spira
one.
would
Please
not
don't be
do this
a nat
at all. But but I would love to cast Thaumaturgy and just throw this door wide open, but I'm not gonna. 'Cause she is more
Hey,
than
Colt, did you say that bugbears naturally have a disadvantage in stealth or something?
No, we naturally have proficiency in stealth and a free, like, natural sneak attack. So, like, if I attack a surprised enemy on the first round of combat, I get plus 2d6 damage, and that can stack on top of a normal sneak attack, etc. However, due to the armor I'm wearing, I have disadvantage on sneak rolls, and my first roll is a 1. So I don't think this is going to go very well.
Oh yeah, no, my first roll was a 3. That's not including the proficiency bonus. And the second roll was a 16. So in total, that's an 8.
Mine was an
with
18.
proficiency. We got a 10. So
Yeah, I have a plus 6 to stealth as a fighter.
Okay.
And I
I'm
still...
gonna save you guys right there, or stop you guys right there. As you go into the room, those who rolled kind of low, your armor clanks. You kind of get caught off guard by the ground being really close to the bottom of the door, and you hit the door frame a little bit wrong. You trip a little bit, and inside is this great big round sort of like domed room. It's circular. In the center, there is a circular desk that have books and treasures and instruments like strewn all over it. It's kind of dimly lit. Has some like magical torches, blue and orange. The orange ones are dimmer, so it has a very cool looking light to it. There's bookshelves all around the circumference of the room, and directly to, like, say you're entering at 6 o'clock, at 9 o'clock in the room, there's a sort of den, but kind of a bed. And there's a spherical lump under a sheet.
Like
And
a
as
bed,
you-
They tucked
like
it
it's
in.
it's a
like
bed,
a rectangular mattress with like a blanket on it.
like a circular bed.
Everything has to be circular.
Yeah.
Everything is
Yeah,
Custom
okay.
made circular
because
mattress.
Spherical.
favored-
Dang.
It circles. It's the superior shape in the mind of a beholder.
spherical.
Yeah.
I just kind of, if our spirit is kind of near me, I just kind of whisper to her, "Now, please resist temptation for the books, please."
As
And
So, as-
she looks back and she's like, I learned my lesson. Don't worry. I won't do it again.
Good.
And
And-
as you enter the room, you hear this voice just kind of meekly say, "Please don't hurt me."
like prior to this, as Orion was his armor was clanking and Orion was going in, kind of just mumbles to himself, "Oh, I should have invested in mithril armor." I don't know if you got that. He
didn't.
mumbled
Mithril
to
armor.
himself, "Oh, I should have invested in mithril armor."
She really should have. It's a dandy thing, that thing.
Just that tiny little voice. Oh no, I Aiden am terrified of what you have planned, Chaz. I have been conditioned by DMs to be scared of everything.
Hey, it's a good way to go.
Yeah.
And this is why we don't do anything too chaotic, because every time it's like, I go to open the door, so you touch it. Why would you say it like that?
No.
So you hear this voice, "Please don't hurt me," and the blanket is shaking.
If no one else is
Halen is making his way towards the desk as stealthily as he can.
no one's gonna do it
Like, without acknowledging the voice, he is just quickly moving.
Mm.
Orion kind of
Guys, I
steps
don't-
forward a little bit towards the giant orb thing and kind of just like, but we're not here to hurt you. Who are you? What are you? What's going on? Just like, well, kind of with the thought of, well, he already kind of knows we're here. I don't know what else to do. And though that's just kind of the way that his voice comes across to anybody and everybody here.
Orosphere is also walking towards the sheet, but like less sneak now.
Okay.
She's just
Yeah,
also approaching it like, hey, it's
yeah.
okay.
Hearing that kind of scared voice, Azrael's again. He's feeling so compelled to help somebody, someone or something, I guess, in need.
Yeah.
So he's just very cautiously making his way over there.
What happened? Who are you? Kind of also glancing over at
So Halen glares at you.
I
And
glare back.
Who? Oh,
like motions like stop, basically is his motion. And the voice and the sheet like shakes a little bit more. But you came to hurt me. You hurt my guard dogs.
No, we aren't
No.
here to hurt you. They were attacking us. We had to defend ourselves.
Yes.
Orion, as you say that, a dagger flies across the room and buries itself next to your foot.
Orion looks down, glances at the dagger, and just picks it up and puts it in his bag.
What a power move.
dang.
Like a proper reaction to getting stabbed. Are you gonna need this back?
Can I have
Yeah,
this?
that's just the whole vibe right there. It's just like, are you going to need this back or can I keep it?
Fine, you can keep it, says Halen.
Okay, so Beckham has his blade at the high point, ready stance. So it's sort of like face level, and he's not. He's staying perpetually in the center point between Halen and the group. So
Mhm.
he's like a little more towards the center of the room, but he's keeping his distance from the group and not really walking towards the thing. He's looking around mostly.
Okay.
I don't know how I feel about Halen. So torn.
Try it. Okay.
Just really quickly, the dagger is just a regular D4 dagger, right?
Yeah,
There's
it's just a
special amount-
regular D4 dagger.
Cool.
yeah.
Just gonna stick that in my bag.
Nice.
Added that to my sheet.
That's good. So yeah, the last things. So Halen ignores your power move and just makes his way to the desk and begins rummaging through the books and the notes there and begins putting a couple of things in his bag.
He's here to loot
Hold
that
on. Hold on.
scoundrel. Okay.
I was gonna say I kind of look at him rummaging through the desk, because it was him, Halen, who threw the dagger. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that action, as well as the rummaging around and this poor scared thing underneath this blanket, Zazriel's kind of looking back and forth, and he said he kind of asked the thing under the sheets, do you know this man? Do you know any of us?
I don't even know who you are. I'm
Okay.
just.
He
The
doesn't
master
even go
told me.
here.
The master told me I've just been trying to stay safe, and I was afraid. And I was
Please.
supposed to be hidden, and
Did he just say master told me?
That's what I heard too.
Yeah.
Oh no.
I had a slight hunch that maybe
the headmaster told me.
I had a slight hunch that maybe he was talking more. This thing was directly talking about Halen, and that Halen had come here before, that they knew each other, and that he was scared. The thing was scared of Halen. So, but
it's just scared of all of us.
Yeah.
Can I?
How big is this? How big is this spherical lump?
I wanna like kneel beside of it, like at a safe distance, and be like, "Are you hurt?" Like I want to get close, but not close.
It is probably.
I want to speak to it and help it.
It's between medium and large.
Okay.
Yeah.
So like maybe from 10 feet away, I'd like to just sit on the ground and say in a really soothing voice, like, "Are you hurt? Can we help you? We really aren't here to hurt you."
Yes.
Okay.
We are able to heal wounds if you are hurt.
So, as you guys approach this lump, an eye stalk snakes its way out from under the blanket and looks at you and like really nervously, and it's like, I know I'm not hurt. I was afraid that. I mean, the headmaster told me that I shouldn't try to go outside, and I've been really good, and I haven't been causing any trouble, and
Is this one smaller than the one we saw earlier today?
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
So it's not
baby.
That's what I thought.
It's a baby.
I ask him if he wants a snack.
Guys, it's a baby.
Another eye stalk snakes its way out from under the blanket, and what kind of snacks do you have?
So Spira, I don't know if he's gonna eat this because she doesn't know if it counts as waste, but Spira really likes river rocks, and so she has a bunch of river rocks in her bag, and so she offers him these really pretty rocks. I don't know if that counts as waste. But she's like,
Well-
well, I have these rocks.
Oh, I thank you, but I don't really eat rocks.
Oh, well,
I mean, those are pretty rocks, and it it lets out a little beam from one of its eye stalks and like tractor beams the rock and just kind of starts to examine it, and it seems to
I
calm
tell
down
him
a
he
little
can have
bit.
it if he wants it. He can have it.
I
Orion,
can.
Yeah, but you can have that. It's a gift. It's a present.
Oh, thank you, but I've never had visitors like you before.
Sorry.
Gee, you're
My
really
phone is just
nice.
like,
Orion kind of like
yeah.
hesitantly, but pulls out a ration from his bag and kind of holds it out like, it isn't exactly a snack, but if you're hungry or if you want something to munch on, here you go. Passes it off to the beholder.
Beckham is visibly uncomfortable, and he's
With this thing like rocks.
as you guys are like parenting this creature with ice stalks and giving it things. He looks like he's just gonna lose his mind. Like he's just sitting there. He's like, "What are you doing?"
Orion kind of like goes over to Beckham, like, also very visibly uncomfortable by everything that has been happening, except for the moment where the dagger got thrown at him, because that's been the only normal thing that's happened to him this entire situation. Goes over to Beckham and is like, it's good. It's all right. Just maybe put down the sword for now.
I was
Well-
gonna say, I look at Beckham
Gonna-
with my best mom voice, and I'm like, cut it out, keep an
So
eye on that guy.
Halen
And I point over at Halen.
sees the friendship going on here and puts one. You see him slowly put one last thing in his bag, and he rolls his shoulders. Well, now you've done it, and his face shifts
No.
into a gaunt, very pale, very sunken in face.
I
And a
knew it.
door opens across the room from you.
I knew I couldn't trust him.
Oh no, we're going to have to kill
knew it.
all of them.
I knew it.
No,
I knew he was shady
I-
from the beginning. I knew it.
We're going to have to
Okay.
kill all of them.
Zazriel relates though to this baby beholder thing because parent-wise, yeah, it's nasty and it's mean and destructive, but he knows that he doesn't have to be that way.
What?
we can show him a different path.
Or if Spira just wanted to give it a snack so she could finally figure out what this thing eats and she could write it in a book, to be honest. And this is the closest she will ever get to one of these things. So she's so excited.
Upon seeing, I'm so sorry. One last time. Halen, thank you. Halen, upon seeing him like shift and change, Orion sees this and just everything that he's been holding back this entire time floods out as he screeches, "Vindication! I knew it!"
Oh, yes, I could tell you were on to me, tiefling. You saw through it. In fact, you know what? I believe you have something of mine. And he approaches you.
My blade
I was gonna
is
say,
readied at him.
yeah, Zazriel steps in the way and kind of puts out his arms, like in front
T
of him.
poses for
Who is he
dominance.
Yeah,
approaching?
T-poses, exactly. Not, I won't let you a step closer. We knew we couldn't trust you, and now you decide to betray us? I told you what would happen.
And I told you So long as you didn't betray me, I wouldn't betray you. But it seems like we're too late.
Rain.
And he snaps his fingers, and the door that had opened across the room from you, there begin to pour out skeletons.
Okay,
Ew.
hold on. Clarification.
Actual skeletons this
Actual
time,
skeletons?
not the undead soldiers. Actual skeletons, not the ones
I'm
I keep
so
killing you guys with.
I'm so angry that I used my last divine smite, and I have no more. I have no more divine smites to use. I'm so angry right now.
We should have taken a short rest before we went on.
Hey,
I
I
saved all
still
my
spell slots. We're okay.
yeah. I saved all my abilities.
I thought.
And
Side
finally,
note.
Orion, I need you to
How
make
is
a
baby?
wisdom saving throw.
Me? Shoot.
Yeah.
How is baby holding up to all this?
yeah.
Baby, one of the baby. Oh. Okay. Sick.
Games.
Okay.
Take that! Take that, y'all.
Such shenaniganery.
Such shenaniganery. I love it. Okay. In order from, I'm going to go with the reaction, what happened with Orion to the Beholder to the Skeletons. Then we're going to roll a little bit of initiative here. And from there, Orion, Halen says, freeze. And you feel waves of magic pour over you. But in your fury, you shake it off as Halen's trying to approach. Well, the man you knew as Halen tried to approach you.
If that even is your name.
If that even is your name. In response to that, how close is he, by the way? How physically close is he to me?
He's about 10 feet away from you.
I need to very quickly just. Oh, this is going to be so satisfying.
I'm really hoping
In response to the command freeze, Orion just looks at him, and the nastiest smirk just appears on his face as he says, "I really don't think I will," and he casts Hellish Rebuke on him.
Nice. Dex save, right?
Yep.
I kind of thought you were going to Uno reverse him.
I don't have spell slots left, man.
Okay,
I only got my
okay.
racial.
Okay.
Okay. So, that, let's see, wait, what is his Dex? Ugh, too many notes. I'm sorry.
How dare.
How
No
dare
such
you?
thing. Do not
Organized.
apologize.
Does a 13 pass?
Just barely.
Oh.
13 exactly was the DC.
Dang.
But he still takes half the damage. So that's 2 to 10.
Yes. Yes, sir.
That's gonna be.
Yes, sir.
If my brain will do the
Guys,
math for me.
this is my
Do you
time.
round up or down?
Round up.
Yep. Okay, so that's going to be 6 points of fire damage.
Okay.
I just realized we have 2 clerics.
We've got 2 clerics and a paladin here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are the holiest of warriors.
So,
remember
Not
saying
Newt.
in the
Newt's
chat.
a little
I'm doing-
gremlin.
I mean, we got- let's be real. When we say holy, that's a massive asterisk. We've got a fallen Asimar, and we've got a tiefling rogue
Hey.
paladin
Hey
here.
man.
I love
Hey
it.
man.
Such
Like,
Most of the
Holy-
most of the fans don't know that yet.
Holy with a massive asterisk.
Yes.
Okay, so you hellish rebuke the man you knew as Halen. The fire extends out from your finger. I guess I'll narrate. And like blasts out. And
My
he, like,
screen isn't on the stream, so.
yeah.
So anyways, you started
Hey, there you
blasting.
go.
True.
And he like kind of dodges a little bit out of the way, but still gets hit with enough of the flame to hurt. He turns around to you and just glaring. You know what? I don't have time for this, but I'll leave you with something to play with for all your trouble. Sincerely, thank you for helping me get here. And
I do not like that phrasing. Sorry.
in total, there's now 20 skeletons in the room.
Bet. We got this. It's fine. We got this, guys.
It's fine.
Orion is
It's
like
fine.
so vindicated and confident in himself. I, Aiden, am freaking terrified right now.
And he dimension doors out of there.
Dang.
Does anybody have counter spell?
Solid.
Does
I
anybody have
don't.
counter spell?
No.
I was gonna say, like, just before all this started resolving, and when Chaz like gave out, like, he said what he was gonna resolve in what order, I was about to interject with, I would like to ready an action to attack him if he casts a spell, but now it's too late. I was the counter spell, and
You
I,
are the counter spell.
You are the counter spell. Okay, so the cut to Orospira and the Beholder.
Baby.
What's going on? Are there more people here?
Less, not really.
Can I-
people.
Hold on.
Yeah, I want to like.
Yeah, go ahead,
I was gonna
Orospira.
say I want to like. Can I? I'm gonna like reach out and touch it.
Mm-hmm.
And say- Things. Things are gonna get a little bit scary, but don't worry. We're gonna take care of you. It's gonna be fine. And she stands up and like hikes her pants up, and she is ready to go. And we're gonna do some stuff here. But how does baby respond when I pat him? Is he scared?
So baby says one of its eye stalks sees all the skeletons and is like, wait, you're both so different. Let me help you. And the sheet flies off the bed. And this relatively smaller beholder, it's not quite a spectator. It's not quite a full beholder.
Like that in between.
Deep purple skin, lots of different eye stalks, different colors on them, and it has a little bow tie under its jaw
Yes.
and one big eyeglass over its eye.
I'm losing it. I'm about to start crying.
I would die for this baby beholder. I need you to know this. I would, and I probably will die for this beholder.
Yes.
Yep, I'm ready.
Awesome.
I, Aiden, will fling myself into the fire for this beholder.
Yes.
I cannot promise Orion would do the same, but I, Aiden, would.
Everyone roll initiative.
Yes, please roll high, please. I need this. Okay, that's decent. All right. Now, Chaz, please don't let my plan backfire on me again. That is all
Okay.
I ask.
Oh, I can just ignore that page now. I scrolled down to my spells thinking, what can I do first? And then I was like, nope, one, not primary spellcaster, two, no more spell slots.
Fair.
I'm
All
so
right.
used to playing spellcasters. I'm not used to being mostly
Fighters.
melee.
See, I'm the
You're telling
opposite.
me.
I forget that I have these things.
So
I'm not used to my primary spell being stab.
Yeah, that's been.
anyone higher than a 20?
No.
New?
Newt.
Nice.
Got a 21.
I also got a 21.
Whoa.
Okay.
What are your bonuses?
Dex +3.
Dex +3, 17.
Okay.
You rolled a 17?
No, I've got Dex +3, but my dexterity is 17.
Oh, okay. I think mine's just
You-
16.
I was gonna say you both have +3 to your bonus, so
Yeah,
Okay.
Roll off?
We'll go Newt then Beckham.
sure.
Okay.
I was gonna say
Quick-
Newt probably had that because Colt usually never has odd numbers.
Yeah.
Okay.
I was trying out this whole min-maxing thing.
19 to 15.
15.
Okay.
What'd you,
All right.
what'd you get out?
Then 15 to 10.
14.
9.
Okay.
Bottom of the initiative order, baby.
Hey, let's go, baby.
What are the names? These kids?
Talking about warming up the grapes, baby.
I still don't get that one, but it's okay.
It's funny because if you put grapes in the microwave, they catch fire.
Okay.
Like
So the way this
cancer.
is going to work, you can get into range of any of these skeletons. It will, like, this will probably only go for a couple of rounds, the way I have things planned. So go all in
Okay.
and be awesome.
Quick question.
Quick
You
answer.
said there was a lot of them. Are they
There's
all clumped
20.
together? Are they
That's
all
what I was
clumped together?
asking.
Oh, yeah. They're totally clumped together.
Newt is going to reach into his bag, and for people that were playing the spoopy one shot, he's going to pull out a hose, and he's going to cast grease in the center of it.
Yes, that was my one shot. Yay! I remember that.
He's going to
Nice.
cast grease into the middle of them, and basically he's going to try to get as many as he can in. I believe it's a 10-foot cube that it goes into, and they all need to make, I think it's dex. They all need to make dexterity saving throws. The save is 15.
Isn't the Benny Hill music not copyrighted? I'm just imagining a horde of skeletons comically slipping.
And that will be my very first spell I've used today.
Yay!
Very nice. I'm actually really glad we blew past the gibbering mouther. I really didn't want to deal with that.
It was a gibbering mouther, I swear. I was so mad.
Yeah, it was a gibbering mouther. Okay. What's the DC for that deck save?
15.
15? Okay. So I'm going to say that there's 4 of them that are out of the range,
Mm-hmm.
and there's like 2 who succeed, and the rest of them fail.
Well,
So-
skeletons all on the ground, so
Yeah, that's a lot of skeletons on the ground. Do they fall prone?
yep, they all fall prone. And if they end their turn in the grease, they have to make the save again.
Okay. Cool deal. Okay.
And
Nice.
that will be Newt's turn.
Very nice. Okay. Beckham, it's your go.
Right. So with the current situation, creepy guy teleported out of here, right?
Yep.
So he's just gone.
He's gone.
And now
Probably.
there's 20
20.
skeletons running in and slipping around like idiots.
Yep.
Well,
I
seems
love
like
it.
my kind of party. I'm happy. I'm going to run in and I'm going to go for the nearest standing one.
Okay. Go for it.
All right, I am going to use a feint attack, Feint.
Okay.
give me advantage on the roll.
Go for it.
I probably didn't need advantage because that was a 16, and
Yep.
this one's a 24. And this is. Sorry, I have to do math. I'm not straight enough for math.
God, felt that one.
Strikes again.
13 slashing damage.
Look,
Okay.
I don't know how to say this to you guys, especially since we're on a very public stream. But I have to break it to you. But math is homophobic, and that's just how it be. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk.
The hottest of takes.
Nice. Okay, so Beckham, how do you want to take out this first skeleton you attacked?
Beckham just charges up, and with his blade still at the high point, he shifts. He the blade's like here. He shifts his second hand to like a reverse grip, and he just swipes it in and up through the rib cage, shattering each rib on the way. Just tears through this skeleton, and with lots of crackling, and crunching noises, murders it again.
Nice.
Liberates it from this mortal coil again. And presumably there's another one within 10 feet of me, right?
Yes, there is.
Is there another standing one within 10 feet of me?
Yes.
I am going to sword that one.
Okay. Roll to cast sword.
That's going to hit. That's a 22.
Yep, that'll hit. Roll damage.
Nah, you just happen to find the beefiest skeleton, and it doesn't.
9 slashing damage.
Okay. That one does not go down all the way.
That ends my turn.
Cool. Awesome. Next up, Zazriel, it's your turn.
Okay, 2 things. Well, I guess 3 things. 1, are you Elle? Are you what domain are you?
Knowledge.
Okay, I had a funny feeling. I just wanted to ask.
Wait,
Second.
what domain are you?
What gave it away?
Is it the
Yeah.
books?
I'm life cleric.
Was it the book?
What's the bugs? But also, I could just imagine these skeletons like freaking sliding around like they did in Scooby-Doo 2, The Monsters Unleashed, with those 2 little skeletons. They're flopping all over the place with each other. Anyway, and last thing, are they like how far away are they from me? Is it like all within 30 feet type of range?
Mhm.
Oh, I
Yeah,
was gonna do
yeah.
the same thing.
Okay, so what Zazriel's gonna do is he's gonna walk slightly a couple feet up just so he gets a little bit closer, just to kind of make sure everybody, like all these skeletons, are encompassed in it. As he places his hands over his pendant and says, "Arawe, please lend me your strength." As it starts to glow all around my hands, and as I open up my arms, a large beam of light shines on all of them. They all have to make wisdom saving throws for me, please.
Yes, that's what I was
Y'all-
gonna do.
I don't even know if I needed to give you the beholder now. Like,
It's okay. They just gonna be slipping and sliding.
Chaz really fitting to roll 19 wisdom saves.
okay. A fourth of them save.
1/4 of them save. Okay.
Yeah.
Are they all below? Are they below one half challenge CR rating per se?
As a matter of fact, they are.
Because the other 3/4 of them just vanish. They
Oh.
just disintegrate as my heavenly light bursts all of them, and the bones just start as they all just crumble to ash.
Ryan's like seeing this and just like for a second gets a little nervous, so he takes like a step back because he's like, I listen. I don't know if that's going to hurt me more, so I don't want to risk it. So I'm just gonna take an extra just in case.
Meanwhile, the last
Also, for the record, Oh, I was gonna go ahead.
I was
You go.
just gonna say the quarter of them are now they have to move as far away and they can only take the dash action. And if they can't move anywhere, then they have to take the dodge action.
Okay.
Dang. Aura Spear is super jealous because she's not super fancy like that. So she kind of looks at you and she's like, yours explode? Mine just run. And she's like visibly frustrated. She's like, how can I make them explode? Whatever. And yeah.
Okay.
She's not
Dang.
quite as extra as Zazriel is.
Yeah.
It is Orsphere's turn.
Yes.
Cool. Well, upon seeing that they're all just they've essentially been yeeted.
Out of existence. I was waiting so much to use this.
Yeah, there's like
yeet
4
out of
left at
existence.
this point.
There's 4.
Yeah.
All right. Well, filled with her hiked up pants rage for protecting baby, she pulls her quarterstaff out from one hand, and then she never uses this. She pulls her mace out of the other side of her bag, and she's got one in each hand, and she's gonna hit with both, and she's gonna run and try to hit one. Wait, where are the ones that aren't slipping? Because there are
So-
some that aren't slipping, right? Because she doesn't want to slip.
Yeah,
She's too smart
there's
for that.
like so 3 of the ones that are still there miraculously are slipping. There's one that is engaged with Beckham.
We're engaged.
Okay, well,
Our-
she's still.
Our marriage will be in a few weeks. Yeah. We're already
well-
expecting as well.
Big.
Nice.
I'm gonna rain on that parade because she's like, I still really don't want to slip. So she's gonna run at the one that is engaged to Beckham. And we're gonna roll to hit first with that mace in her left hand. Crap. 5.
Yeah, no,
Hit.
that's not gonna hit.
And then her quarterstaff in the other hand. Ooh, that gets a 19.
Yep, that'll hit.
Okay, so, well, that's a bummer. I really need to keep these out of the bag. She hits it for 6 damage.
How do you want to take it out?
I just want
Because
to
it got
bash
hit
its
pretty strongly
skull.
before.
I just want to remove its head from its spine and just like baseball bat style, I guess. Not really typical how you would attack something with a quarterstaff, but she's like like a tennis racket, like one-handed with a tennis racket, just hitting the back of the neck as hard as she can.
Home
Nice.
run.
Yes.
All right. Yeah, you smash that skull in and it crumbles. That skeleton's gone.
Heck yes. Heck yes.
Okay. Oh. Who was next? Orion.
Hello. How many of them are left?
There's 3 that are on the floor.
God, do I need to do anything? Well, there's still grease on the ground, right?
Yeah.
Don't really want to.
Litter.
Don't really want to get in on that. Beckham ran in, right? So Beckham's within melee range, right?
Yes.
I should also be within melee range because I'm pretty
I
much beside Beckham now.
didn't we have like advantage on aberrations?
Aberrations,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
never mind.
Okay.
And
that.
they have disadvantage on you.
Mhm. All right. So in that case, I am going to take out one of the javelins in my bag, and I'm gonna yeet it at one of them.
Okay.
Let me
Roll
roll
to attack.
yeet.
Wait.
I
If they're
need to-
prone, is that an auto success? I always forget.
No,
No, that has
Prone.
advantage.
Yeah, prone has advantage.
Okay, so I have advantage. Okay.
Yep.
That's going to be nice. Thank God. Roll the yeet. Oh, good. Okay, that first one's an 8, not including the bonus, which I don't feel like doing the math right now until I roll the next one.
That's
14
fine.
plus 5, 19.
14 hits, yeah.
Okay, so that's going to be 2d6. One for the, what's its face? The thing, and then the other for the sneak attack.
Okay.
I can do math. 6 plus.
I'm
I
getting a
haven't been
little
adding
sweaty.
my modifiers to my damage rolls. Anyway, 6
It's okay.
plus 2 plus another 2 is 10.
10. Okay. Cool deal.
Oh, secondary question. Not really a question.
Secondary answer.
Sort of question. Does that count as a one-handed attack, or is that just a yeet?
I think that would be a one-handed attack.
That's an extra 2 damage then.
Okay, cool. So 12 damage total.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah. It's still alive, but barely. It's on re-death's door.
That's fine. I don't really have anything else I can do, so that's going to be the end of my turn.
Okay.
I'm not a level 5 paladin, and thus I don't have multi-attack.
Ah, rip.
One more level.
All right.
One more level.
All right.
Just the pains of multi-classing.
Yes,
It's
for
just
real though.
waiting. So much waiting.
For real. Reasons I haven't dared multi-class.
Your
'cause I
time
don't
will
like-
come. Now we have Orion back on the stream, the video.
Hey. And now I died again.
Oh,
I was
Everybody
back
else
for a
is
moment.
dang! It's literally been me and Newt the entire time.
So now what happens? The baby, the beholder, rolls up and focuses its eye beam on the skeletons, and screw it, it's not gonna be random. I'm gonna choose what's happening with these. Since I'm the DM, I want something cool to happen.
Exactly.
This is what's
Yeah.
happening. And since these skeletons are already prone and almost dead, I'm gonna give this beam an extra range, for goodness sakes.
Hell yeah.
Baby's like takes a couple of its eye stalks and like straightens its bow tie and its glasses, and then fires a beam of purple energy at the 3 remaining skeletons on the ground, and they instantly disintegrate.
Yes. Go, baby.
Yay!
I don't. Does this? We never found out if this baby beholder had a name.
Oh,
No.
yes.
We
It's
didn't get a
okay.
chance.
It's next on my list. Don't worry. I'm gonna go give him a big hug.
And stay out, it says, putting like using 2 of its eye stalks to like basically put its hands on its hips and like scrunches up its eye.
There's the tears.
It has neither
I
hands
love
nor
tears.
hips.
I love this baby beholder.
I'm crying right now.
I would die for this. I would die for this baby beholder.
I love this kid
I
too.
would do it. I would do it.
So cute.
So
Oh my gosh.
the skeletons are gone. You've saved the baby beholder. But there is a gape. Well, it's not a gaping hole, but there's another door that leads into another tunnel. And then the beholder turns to you and says, "Well, thank you. I didn't really expect that. Honestly, I didn't know anybody knew I was here."
And I'm gonna go, we didn't know you were here, but I'm glad that we found you.
Me too. Me too. By the way, my name's Nolk.
Sounds like egg yolk.
And
Ah.
okay.
And what are your names?
Uh,
I introduce myself.
I'm Orion. Kind of gestures vaguely at the rest of the party, expecting and hoping that they introduce themselves.
Zazriel turns around. The name is Zazriel, and I'm glad that you're okay.
Pleasure to meet you. I'm glad you're okay too.
Newt waddles on over.
They're too adorable.
He goes, "The name's Newt," and then extends his hand and then realizes that he doesn't have any hands, so he just goes,
Oh, it's okay. And he'll extend a eye stalk and just kind of like offer it, and he closes the eye like, oh, that feels weird. But good to meet you.
I can't with this.
There are two babies here, and I would die for both of them.
Yep.
So who's that mean-looking elf that was with you?
Good question.
So you don't know who that was?
No, not at all.
Well, he seemed to know where he was, and we knew he was kind of bad, so I think we need to go find him and kick his butt. But is there anybody else down here with you? Like, are you by yourself?
I mean, yeah, no. I mean, there's nobody, like, no one else down here with me. But you see, I'm down here because I'm going to school to be a wizard.
I go to school too.
No way. Where did you go?
It's far away from here, but that's okay. What? So you're going to be a wizard? And I'm like, I'm so into this, like
so wholesome,
full on, and just like trying to. Oh God, sorry, I just love this thing.
Are we geographically near a wizard school in Fairhaven?
Yes.
Do we know just geographically which school it is?
Yeah. You
And
reasonably,
is this the
you and
school
Zazriel could reason that it is the same school
that
that the
Professor
wizard
Quinlar
from last week
Quinlar
teaches there.
Oh my god!
Quinlar Kosh. Okay.
Ooh,
Oh.
connections.
I just kind of hear the conversation about, like I go to school, like wizard school. I kind of mention, do you perhaps know a Quinlar?
And the beholder's like, I don't know.
He was an elf, yes, half elf, yes, or something like
He's
that.
Kalashtar.
Sorry, Kalashtar. I know. I'm like,
Yeah.
I know he's some. I'm like, he's a pretty race. I'm like, he's a pretty person.
I'm sorry to cut off this little family reunion we're having here. Also, my name's Beckham. Well met. So, looking around here, earlier there was some people getting hurt and bad things were happening, and there was a big one of you running about here, and we are a bit worried that one, it's hurt, and two, it's going to hurt someone else, and we just need to find it, and we don't know if you can help us.
You mentioned earlier that there was some. You mentioned earlier that there was some sort of master that you had.
Oh, I mean, it's the headmaster of
headmaster.
the school. I mean, like, I don't really see many people, but he talked to me, or I talked to him about getting to join wizard school, and then he found me a tutor who's been like teaching me how to do magic, and that's so I really only see them, and they're really the only other two people who know I'm down here, so far as I know. but I, if you go out that door and you point straight ahead, that'll take you right to the school, and I
Uh,
I don't know about any other
How
beholders like me though.
how long have you been down here?
Oh, just a few years.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just a few years.
Oh, all right. And he's gonna take out the little black book, little ledger that they picked up earlier. I'm gonna flip through it really quick, see if there's any mention of like a wizarding school at any point.
Underneath, yes, there's a mention. Like, especially from like context clues and stuff, you can decipher like one of the locations that is hinted at in the book is specifically underneath the wizard school, and it specifically lists a target and a key piece of information. With that, it seems like from the notebook that whatever this organization was, whatever the Reaver was leading, they wanted not only something from the beholder, but they wanted the beholder for something too.
Nolk, I kind of just points at the desk that Halen. Did I finally get it right?
Halen, yeah.
Halen.
Halen.
It only took 4 hours. It's fine. Kind of just points to the desk that Halen was wrestling through and took a bunch of stuff from. Just says, "No, what was on that desk? Because that guy, Halen, the elf man, he took some stuff from there. What was on there?"
Well, let me see it. And he floats over and looks at his desk and starts like moving things around. He took my good pen. I'm kind of mad about that. But then, oh,
Spira goes into her bag and pulls out like 7 pens in her hand. She's like, "It's okay. I have more. Don't worry. Don't worry. I have good pens.
oh my goodness, thank you.
You can have one." But please continue. What else did he take?
Well, it looks like, oh, that's not, You see, I borrowed this like compass thing from the headmaster, and just to kind of like study it. It's supposed to help like track down magical items or stones. I was trying to study it, and I took some notes on it, and it seems like that's gone.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry. So basically, the guy who just betrayed us and tried to kill us now has an item that can track down magical items. Is that what I'm hearing?
Yes. Yeah.
This is troubling.
Oh,
no shit, Sherlock.
Like one more thing.
Oh.
So, have you heard of? I don't know. I was really interested in dragon marks lately. There's some big houses of people. They like run a lot of big things. I read about it. Like there's one family who runs like shipping, and one family who deals with like hospitality and healing. Like they do all kinds of things, like all over the continent, all over the world. And there's a lost line somewhere, a lost line of marks, and I was just kind of reading and doing some research on that, and what it could be, and it's all gone.
That's interesting. This is a bit of a problem here. We've been Have you ever explored your tunnels over there, past your guard dogs?
Oh well, yeah, I made them, but I haven't been out that way in a
Aw.
little while. So
Well, on our way in here, we came in through those tunnels, obviously, and one of the tunnels was like twice your size.
oh yeah, I made it a little spacious.
Okay.
You did?
Um, well, we're still really wanting to make sure that we can find both the guy that we came here with, who we shouldn't have brought here, and we're sorry about that, but also the big one of your people that might be causing some trouble. That's kind of our main goal here. And we really want to know if you can help us at all. I don't know what kind of magics you have or what sort of things you can do, but if you could help us out, that might save people's lives.
Oh yeah, of course. Anything I can do that I can help. Yeah, let me see. And then it's at that point there's a knock on the big door. Not the one you entered in, not the one the skeletons came from. Sorry, there's actually 3 doors in this room, but the big one that goes out to the college. And a voice comes in, Nulk, Nulk, can I see you? Oh, that's the headmaster. Maybe he can help out. And yeah, I was just making some friends. And I'm coming in, Nulk. And the headmaster comes in. He's an elf with a deep blue robe.
I was
Typical
half
wizard.
expecting you to say that he was a beholder,
No.
and that's the big plot twist. That
Plot
the
twist.
headmaster is a big giant beholder that was terrorizing the town several hours ago.
And so
There he is.
with the headmaster comes in a familiar face. It's our paladin friend from before. It's good old
Sir Alair.
Alair. Wait, I remember you.
Hi.
What happened?
So remember how we were supposed to go down into the tunnels and find the beholder that was terrorizing the town? Yeah, that plan. Well, you know the guy you sent us with,
Yeah.
Elfman, that guy,
Jerk.
asshole. Yeah, him.
No.
Not actually.
Ben.
Yeah, not actually. Elf, probably. He stole some stuff, including research on dragon marks and a compass that can track down magical items, and disappeared and tried to kill us.
They're both in shock. Well, I would have never says Strolaire. Oh no, ooh. And the
Yeah.
headmaster turns to you. Did you find anything else on your way in here?
There was one very large thing that we dare not disturb.
Yeah,
Many, was it mouth? They had many
Many
mouths or
mouths.
something. Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a gibbering mouther.
gibbering mouther.
Yeah, that thing.
Yeah.
How-
What was in all those books you guys were on about?
And he pulls out one of the little black books. I think Arisperia?
Or Spira.
Spirit.
Yeah. I guess I'll pull
I
all
know.
of the others out.
I promise I know her name. It's just I don't know how to pronounce it yet.
That's
but
fair.
yeah, she has the other one. But he pulls it out and he hands it to the headmaster. Says, "We found these on our way here. They look like they were officers, and it looks like the attack on the city might have been planned, and the same people would probably coming here to come to get that stuff and to take Nulk for whatever reason."
Oh my. So, to kind of like streamline what happens, you basically find out that Sir Lair and his investigators, they ran through the tunnels, they found other areas, they tried to follow, and they didn't find anything. And then some of their investigators came back to the scene and found evidence that it was actually all an illusion. The attack was a distraction, and together you all reason that it was something that was put in motion to hint at a beholder underground and bank off of rumors that possibly there was one living underneath the college that people would discover and want to drive out because of their typical reputation.
That son of a.
And then now, who picked up the green claw from earlier?
That would be Newt.
So Newt, would you, when they ask if you found anything in the tunnels and in the rooms when you're talking about the secret, like the secret rooms and the secret tunnels, would you think to pull it out?
Knowing Newt and how truthful he usually is, because he doesn't really think about lying when he does anything, he would have literally grabbed everything, including the gold and silver that he found, and like shyly hold them out, and then eyes would dart up at them, and then dart up at them, and then away, as he's nervous that they'll take something that he likes.
Oh. So they let you keep the gold and the gems and stuff, but the green claw draws Sir Alair's attention. And he says to you, "This is troubling. This is troubling. Tell me, do you adventurers know what this claw means?"
No.
Could I check for it? Because no, not right off the bat.
Or Spear,
I don't
roll
think
me
I
a
would
history.
though. Okay.
Is there a possibility that Newt might know because he's intelligent?
There's a possibility.
16.
Do you want me to roll a history as well?
Wait, what did Orspier get?
16.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and roll, just in case.
That is a 17 plus 4, 21.
Okay.
Nice.
Orspier, you know about certain symbols, and you've heard of you know about some certain symbols, some certain organizations that use symbols of a green claw. You can't quite put your name on exactly what the organization is. And then Newt, you actually you've heard the name, and as you're kind of it's on the tip of your tongue and it comes out, the Emerald Claw. And Sir Lair looks at you. Yes, the Emerald Claw. That's who it is. And if they're after our boy,
Sorry.
they're after. No, you're good. And if they're after a little Nook here, there's a chance they might have wanted to turn him into some sort of other undead horror. But thankfully, that didn't happen this time, thanks to you. Well done to all of you, but keep an eye out because you never know when they might come up again. And, oh yeah, do you have a question?
I wanted to ask, these ledgers, these books, they mentioned someone named Reva. Is there a chance that that was the man we confronted tonight?
Roll a history check.
It's going to be a flat D20. I don't have a bonus.
Okay.
Come on, hope beyond hope. 5.
You know what? I'm still gonna give it to you. You chew on it for a long time, and you like everyone kind of like shrugs, and somebody mentions like, didn't he mention? Yeah, Noel will say, didn't he say you had something of his, Orion?
Hmm?
I definitely thought he was talking about the dagger, but. And he pulls out the ledger again, and he says, I think I do have something of his. Huh.
And yes, gonna say, through context clues, through your insight, you gather it was the book. Because he didn't really care about the dagger, but he was very interested in that book earlier.
Was.
And that is where we're gonna end the session tonight.
I adopted a baby.
Oh my god, that was so good.
Aura Spirit
Chaz,
is now
wedding
a
broke
mother.
you
Chaz,
three.
that was so
I
good.
am a mother. I thought I was gonna come out of here with a boyfriend. Came out of mom. Totally fine.
You could still get a boyfriend. You just have to be okay with being evil.
Yeah, you know.
Woo,
That's
man.
just the straight
That was
up.
so good.
That
Like
was
I said,
so good.
sweaty.
That was
Oh
so
my
I
god,
good.
Chaz, that was so
Chaz,
good.
that was great.
Dude.
Also,
That was
Dude.
incredible.
just know if we had a little bit more time, I would have definitely asked again more about the book. The book of the Dark Six.
Okay. I'll keep that in mind and have some more
Yes.
stuff.
But like, Chaz, the vindication
I know.
of the reveal, because I had been on his ass the whole session.
I love that so much.
At some point, halfway through, like it's after the zone of truth, in the back of my head, I was thinking, okay, Orion doesn't know about character tropes. He is suspicious of him from like point one, but I know about character tropes, so there's a chance that it's gonna turn out there's nothing wrong with him. I'm just being suspicious for the sake of being for like no reason. But Orion wouldn't know that, so he's gonna continue being suspicious. But I was thinking maybe he's fine. Maybe he's just a normal guy. Maybe he's just trying to help. And then that happened, and just the vindication.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the serotonin.
Oh
I know.
man.
Well,
Loved
we can scream about it in the Discord, but I want to
Yeah.
say thanks to, I guess it's mostly us at this point, but thanks to everybody who
Agreed.
stuck with us after the break. I know a lot of you guys went to bed, but we do record these, so hopefully it'll be on YouTube and or podcast form
Yes.
at some point.
Mhm.
But
Yeah, I think.
I was gonna say, just saying in the future, if Aura Spear is ever not playing, she is 100% going to be with Nulk under the college, sitting with him, just like babysitting, and they're gonna look at cool rocks together. Just so you know.
All right.
Love it.
Signing off for the night. Thank you so
Yes.
much, Chaz. Thank you for
Yeah.
everything
Yes,
you
thank you,
joined in.
Chaz.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Thank you
Thank you,
all
everyone.
for being around. Thank you for
Yes.
joining us, and come back next week for another exciting episode of Arcane Adventurers.